Hello and welcome to another Artcast. Uh, eh, okay, I've got my phone in front of me. I'm trying to turn off the leaderboard. Turn on. You've turned the leaderboard off. Good. Where is it? Come on, play. Ah. Okay, I got to turn the volume down. I have this set up so the phone's right in front of me so I can talk about what's going on. It's another chore day, but this way I'll be able to actually comment on what we're doing. Skip ads for. I thought that was Adidas, but this is Alpha? I never heard of them before. Very good. Okay, so today we're going to be doing some more Foxy Boxing, this time Clone High. That new teacher, voiced by Shigo. Well, why did I put Shigo when Joan of Arc's right there? Nicole Sullivan, I believe her name is. What's it? This is the this is the same commissioner as the jalapeno boxer from a couple weeks ago. That guy is putting my kids through college. Where's the chat? I don't know why I'm doing this weird step technique for the lines. We'll figure that out. Where's the chat? I just had the chat up. Okay, no. Full size, but also with chat, please. Is that it? Comments? No. I had them. I had you. Comments. No? No, that's more videos. I see someone's commenting on the computer. Hey, Andre. Where can I see the chat? In vertical mode. Chat in vertical mode. No, no, no. I want to interact with you guys. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. That's the way it always is. What's this? That's the share button. That's the... And... No, that's save too. I don't need that. Undo. There. Okay, the speech bubbles aren't doing anything. They aren't at YouTube. Okay, what if I do this? But then the thing's too small. Okay, so live chat is literally not letting me do anything. And close that. And go back up here and open it up. Screw you, AI bullshit. Oh, the Flower and Home Show is back in town. That's the preamble to the Comic-Con we got down here, Fan Fusion. Hey, Underwolf. Okay, well, fat lot of good. It's not even loading, really. It's showing the picture, but it's not showing any of the actual chat or anything else loading. So I'm going to drop the quality down a bit. Okay, 360, that's good. Data saver, how's that? And then see if I can actually get the chat going. Okay, live. Wow, there's nothing. YouTube, you son of a bitch. Okay. Is there a way I could just view you guys? What the hell is wrong with you? There we go. Okay, I got you guys. Hey, what's new? So I'm reading you sideways now, so that's fun. Maybe I can pull that off. Anyway, on to chores. I got to do the dishes, got to sweep up the floor. Just the regular Wednesday crap. So yeah. Clone High Season 2. And it's... I don't know. It's kind of... It's so weird what happened. It's like... I'm thinking about the original Clone High. And I'm thinking about, like, how much of a sleeper hit it was. With, like... You couldn't get me and my friends to stop quoting... Oh, boo hoo hoo! No. Wah! Oh, boo hoo! Like, I don't... we like, whenever someone was, like, complaining about something, we would always, like, pull that out. That, of course, is the line Genghis Khan deploys when goaded by Joan of Arc to act in her film for him as Abe. You're Abe. Abe Lincoln. The second season, while being like very like aesthetically very gorgeous, right? Like they really pulled it out. Like, the technology got better. They hired some like really nice artists. Like I follow a bunch of people that worked on that show. What do you want? Better but not be anything stupid. GTA boss teases the game's price. Yeah, that was stupid. Okay. But I just don't know. It just lost some of its magic, which is part of the course for something returning after 20 years. Like, you're changing gears. I think it had a lot to do with the fact that, one, Spider-Verse took off, and Miller and the other guy were a hot commodity, and so they could basically name their price. And two, this was in the midst of COVID. So, like, animation was pushed to the forefront to keep sort of the entertainment industry going. And so that was, like, the perfect time to be like, oh, and revivals. Everyone was all about... I mean, they still kind of are. But they were like, oh, hell yeah. We could, like, juice our numbers by bringing back a show for, like, at least one season, two in the... in terms of Animaniacs. We can, like, bring a show back or do a revival of an old show and, like, just have it sit in our catalog for a little bit. Rip She-Ra, who is no longer featured on the Netflix. No longer featured on the Netflix catalog, and I believe not even released with any sort of physical release. So, hi ho, hi ho. Which is like insane because that was like everywhere for a while. I guess the same thing that sort of happened with Voltron. Again, sort of like prop up another old classic and then have it sit in your catalog, except don't have it sit in your catalog because then it just goes away. Anyway, yeah, I've got mixed feelings. I'm currently like doing some stuff with Clone High. I know I say that a lot, but I actually am. Like I've got this new setup, very much similar to this, where I'm drawing and watching stuff, but I also have DaVinci Resolve open. And I got these little foot pedals, and I push play to let it play, and I let it play through an episode, and I just kind of sit and vibe. And then when something actually like pops up in my head, or something pops up on the screen, like, oh, hey, I got a thought about that. I could just prop open a little dialogue or a little marker window inside DaVinci Resolve and use Voice Assist to dictate my ideas, but very much like I'm doing for you guys. They might be Peacock now. Okay, I'm not sure because who knows? Who knows? Everything's kind of gone to shit. What was I gonna say? Okay. I don't know who. I forget who is this. Who this boxer was supposed to be. But this is the principal, or the vice principal, the one with the iguana, and she's getting her shit rocked by. Again, I don't know who. I'm trying to remember. It's not Harriet Tubman, because that's literally inside the show. I forget who the commissioner wanted, but they didn't want to see her face. They were only going to be seeing some of her assets in very small vignettes. Could an Adult Swim revival of series Minerva Mink work? You know what? I have always, you bring up the daughter thing, I've always wanted a Golden Girls-esque Animaniacs featuring Minerva, Slappy, and Hello Nurse sharing a, I don't know, condo, apartment, something. Just the three. Maybe even have an Elmira who's going to college. And maybe save that for the later seasons. What's oddly specific? Andre's idea or the commission under Wolf? So anyway, yeah. Anyway, my setup now is I've got my phone in front of me in one of those little holsters. I don't know if you can hear the creaking or not. It's creaking a little bit. I can hear it very distinctly, but maybe you guys can't. But I got the mic sitting on a cord, and my phone was almost dead, but that's okay because I have a portable battery, and I was able to run a cord from my pocket all the way up to the computer. And this could actually be a pretty decent setup for some guerrilla filmmaking later on down the road. Anyway, I'm cleaning up. We did a bunch of stuff yesterday. My mother, in accordance with my grandmother's wishes, finally paid off the house. So she's very excited about that. And so I spent most of the day just kind of hanging out with her. It was kind of like an emotional thing for her. And then my brother was in. He was in for about a weekend visit. seeing about the dogs and going for one of his little concerts that he goes to, one of his EDM things. So we had a nice evening with him. Oh, a nice 4 days with him. We made the first night he was here. We made him a nice roast dinner. I made him a nice roast dinner. And then she made her some sort of cream dish. It's like marshmallows and coconut and pineapple. I think it's made with sour cream or something. I don't quite care for it. It's a far cry from Duchess cream, but Blake loves it. So we still got a whole mountain of it here. Well, no, just good for her. Yeah. Yeah, I think about like one, I did it for grandma. I spent the 9 years with her because I really did love her. She took care of her family in every regard imaginable, including up to her death, where she left enough for everyone to like get their own stuff in order. But that did end up helping the family because she didn't have to go to a retirement home. She got to live in her own home for as long as she wanted. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, then we went to Famous Dave's. That was okay. I mean, it was fine. I ate a burger. I don't care for. They give you ribs, and they got pretty decent ribs, but they're like all bone. I'd rather like. I don't know. I've gotten very picky with things like pastas and cuts of meat and steak. I like to make all that stuff myself. If I go out, I'll eat a hamburger because it's hard to screw up a hamburger. Robot boy, co-robot boy, robot mom. Oh yeah, I think you told me about that one. I have Speaking of guerrilla artwork making, I've taken to I've started the Mumsters series because I get like, I don't know. I don't want to go out in the world and then work on a commission drawing because if I do, I kind of want it to. I'm really like over picky about it. So when I'm running around, I was like, okay, I'm running around. We've got all these doctor's appointments, or you're sitting in a Famous Dave's, while your uncle BS's about some stuff. So you're like sitting there. So I've taken to starting the new Mumsters series. And with that in mind, yeah, it's kind of like just like, okay, I can get a head start on some stuff, but I don't have to I don't have to be too phoned into it. I can start it and I can leave it whenever I want to. Oh, I know why I did that. It's because when I do commission work, like I'm always running around and it's like, well, I start a little doodle on my phone, but I only do it like maybe like I only have like a spare minute or so from time to time. So it's never complete. So I don't want to get started, have a start and stop, and then by the time I get home, I only have a head to work with because I could have done that in no time at all if I'm working from a drawing or if I just start a drawing with all my tools in front of me, the drawing tablet, the paint tool, Saya. But when I'm doing those, it's like, okay, I'm just taking a little nugget here, a little cut here, a little doodle there. But Debbie reminded me that yes, Debbie is one of them. She popped up early this year for the names, and I think you guys are gonna like what she is. Hello, May. How are you doing? Oh, Cage. Hey, how you doing? Oh, I like the way I made her glasses sort of accordion. Oh, and that stream of spittle. This is a good drawing. I think I like this one. I should repost this to Blue Skies. The impact on her cheek, the weird spittle. So yeah, it's all about finding time. After I get this done, and let's see how far I can get down the chore line. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought I hit the faucet handle. I thought the water just stopped. We'll see how far we get down the chore line, and if we do, then I'll get some stuff ready for tomorrow to just have some a drawing with Prickly going while we do some stuff around the house. We got to trim some trees, and I've got to patch up some concrete. So that's going to be most of the, not most of the day, but most of the morning, like from maybe 6 to who knows when. Geez. Hello, worms. They pay me in you. Have you guys been like checking out the new what's it, Little Nancy or Nancy? Like that's gone through like a real revival ever since the new artist took over. I mean, it's always been pretty good with like weird sight gags and fourth wall breaking humor and such. And oh, what's the poor kid's name? Him just being like so tragically poor that even robbers pity him. Anyway, that's gone through like a real like a revival. Especially since it all but confirmed that Nancy's aunt is LGBTQ. Which like totally makes sense. It's like because she's not Nancy's mother, she's Nancy's aunt. She's been around, hasn't gotten married since like the 1920s. It's like, oh yeah, that totally makes sense. Ooh, good, good. I heard that hard drives are much like RAM. It's starting to get a little bit hard to come by. Let's see. I got that done. I'll do this one. Mom doesn't drink coffee, or she drinks coffee. She drinks her little Hills Brothers cappuccino, instant mix, whatever. I still make my own coffee, but I don't need as much, I guess. So I have to use this little bitty coffee cup thing. It's oh, I know what I did. I got this for her when she was like going on a trip, and she was worried that they wouldn't have a coffee machine. So I got this. It's got its own little cage. Kind of a pain in the ass to clean. Hello, Boreal. We hammered everything out, right? Yeah. We're gonna do Prisma from Dispatch. Ooh, that sounds good. I did buy Mama a cappuccino machine uh, for Christmas, but she's put it up. She kind of lost interest in it. Kind of like she did at work, because they have one at work, and they like make it like, or they made one like every, I don't know, they just have it. It just sits there. No one uses it. The owner that she rents from is kind of trying to make her shop look a little bit more upper class, but doesn't really have anyone that can keep up with it. So she's got a cappuccino machine, but it's never like, no one like stops to like make it run. I don't know. It's a thing. I may have spoken out of turn, but that's how I feel. I think the situation is. No, I like to make my own coffee. I don't like using the weird pod things, even though they're good. If they had a way to effectively recycle those, which I guess they do, they're just plastic. Hello, my little booger butt. What are you doing? Are you having fun? Hello. Get a new Pixel 10. Nope, I will not. No, thank you. Oh, you have a few more questions? Okay, yeah, I'll check that after this, okay? Do-do-do. Anyway, sweepy, sweep, sweep, sweep. That's right. That's right. For some reason, yeah. Yeah, we're working on the aforementioned assets. I was gonna say, when? Yeah, that's no. Is it Nicole Sullivan? Yeah, Nicole Sullivan's her name. I follow this. I don't know who I follow, but on YouTube, someone's always posting happy birthday to all these voice actors. And she came up like maybe about a month or two ago. Okay, Worms. Yeah, you got it. DA DMs. Okay. I'll take a look. Did you eat all of Shadow's, or did Shadow eat all of his? Hmm? Did you guys hear that? Did you eat all of Shadow's food, or did... What do you have to say? Huh? What do you have to say? What's up? Huh? Ro? Yeah? Okay. Watch out, don't fall off. You shouldn't even be on there. Get off. Mom doesn't like you on this couch. This is Grandma's old couch. Come on. Get on that one. Get on this one. Oh, they want out. Okay, hold on. Okay, there you go. One out. I can't go out with you. Okay, well, they don't care. Indo. Are your opinions still the same as I see on DA? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Indio. 64 to 61. Yeah. $86.47. Yeah, they're still the same. I haven't gone up or anything. I don't feel like I can justify it at this point. Everyone's struggling. I have a fun question. Consider seeing the finale in cinema or I'm not as invested as everyone else. If it did happen, I'm not sure. Oh, the McElroys are playing ADHD Detective. ADHD Detective. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Not as invested as everyone else, so it would kind of be, the hype would be lost on me. I don't know if they're going to even have it anywhere near. They should. I mean, there's this one theater that is near me, and it's kind of dead, and it's a big one. It's a big chain, but it's like rhymes with schmarkins. But yeah, I would just wait until. I think the theater thing's a good way for like to support the creators and push the medium forward a little bit. People do it with shows all the time. Like no one griped about it being on. Like I think Stranger Things did it, didn't they? I don't know. Did you know they already released that animated series? I saw it was like already done on the same site that I go to if I wanted to, say, watch She-Ra. I was like, it's already out? Okay, so they just wanted to keep it going. Doctor Who did it for the last 2 seasons. Really? I guess the only difference is that, yes, they line it up so that if you want to, you can go see it in the theaters, or on the same day, you can go and see it online. But I really don't mind. I know that there are a lot of people that are like, it seems to me that, like, one, they don't mind about, how can I phrase this? it seems to be that the people that are upset about it are mainly upset because they want to be involved with the fandom. And if there are people that are ahead of you in a certain way, I mean, it used to be like, yes, it is a web series. If an episode dropped and you were able to watch it, like immediately, you were then able to engage with, the community, the discourse, the whatever. Having a certain in-group, it creates a certain in-group and out-group. And I could see how that would, like... I can also see how, like, that would be maybe new for a certain group of younger fans. Like, say, 12 and 14-year-olds and stuff like that. Or people who still have that mentality. Haven't gone through just the act of, well, I just don't have the time. I'll get to it when I get to it. And if it gets spoiled for me, well, then hopefully the actual storytelling process can propel the storytelling. What's this now? What are you doing? No, Clyde. No, we will not be using your services. Did you hear about that gross thing the Russos want to do? About have AI movies featuring themselves and Marilyn Monroe? I believe the quote was pretty much boiled down to, like, what if you could, like, have a Marilyn Monroe avatar? And they use the word avatar, which means they literally, like, it's not just fan fiction or just a storytelling. It's like they want it to be like a weird... They want it to be Avatar, but it's not, because to quote Dan Olson, your body won't fit in the wires. But they were like, and we can have like a 90-minute rom-com with each other. And I said, okay, what's that going to be like? Have you actually sat down and like, cool, you want a fan fiction. What is your fan fiction? Your Marilyn Monroe fan fiction. Is it like a Midnight in Paris situation? Like, how are you going to, like, woo this woman who's been dead for like 50 plus years that you weren't even around? Is she going to be around in the modern day? If she is, why would she settle for you? Are you going to do that weird, stupid Born Yesterday thing? Or like how you're like the... Like, how does that work? How would you're a storyteller, sorta. I mean, your greatest accomplishment is slamming a bunch of action figures together. Oh, it was a critic episode. Like, they called it, like, because you can change the story inside the edit, which is actually ironic because Maurice LaMarche was the voice that they would use to have featured in, as Orson Welles for like weird cameos and such. Used to great effect in things like, Ed Wood, and of course, like Pinky and the Brain. That's just a big tribute to Orson Welles and just his whole thing. You can argue that the Brain is supposed to be like an analog for Orson Welles, sort of this quote-unquote tortured genius. But like once you do it, once you use it for like art, then you can realize that you can start calculating to what extent is this going to be used? Like, we could like do some stuff with this that's not cool. Like, even back, let's see, I'm trying to think about when, like, deepfakes, the history of deepfakes in media. they've always been able to like get away with like weird stuff ever since like the advent of like video editing or overexposures to produce ghost pictures, um, scratching films before taking a photo to produce like lights and stuff like that. There was an episode. It was actually a particularly good one, even though the actor himself is a piece of shit. In the Dean Kane's Adventures of Lois and Clark. No one ever talks about Lois. What happened to her? I don't even know the actress's name. But in one episode, a person actually catches Lois and Clark boinking like before. You know, I'm not being blue, but it was like they were having nuptials. Not nude or anything, but like he was in his Superman suit, and he was like, they couldn't show. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, they couldn't show Lois. Lois on top of Superman, so I think it was he was holding her up, even though her legs were perfectly straight. 90s effects. Anyway, someone caught them took a picture of them both together in a romantic rendezvous, and it was a real photo. But then Jimmy goes and he says, "Well, you could fake this," and he goes through and uses Photoshop techniques to like reproduce the picture, and it's like, oof, okay, that's the coin flip. It's like making something that did happen, making it look like it could be faked, and therefore negating the actual evidence, which seems more prominent now than it did, you know, even then the other side of the coin, which is faking your own thing, such as say the whole premise of Wag the Dog, a movie that came out in like the late 90s about faking a war so that the president can be keep his basically just, you know, win re-election. Let's see. But what am I thinking? Oh yeah. And there's also Judge Dredd, the Stallone one, where this guy's given like two photos and he's like, well, no, the real photo is the fake one, and it was a baby picture of Judge Dredd Stallone, you know, as a baby. He's like, no, this one, I forget what evidence they were doing. They were trying to like compile some evidence, and there were two different photos. One of I forget what. I think. Oh, did Judge Dredd's clone brother? Did he take the outfit and kill someone? I'm trying to think how did they get the what evidence did they gather to like get him discriminated, or did they fake it? I don't know, but anyway, that's definitely the thing. The baby photo was the fake one. No, they're both clones. The whole process. He and his brother were both out of the same batch. Oh, I just stepped on the thing. Is it still working? Yeah. He and his brother were both out of the same batch of like super soldier clones, so that they could, you know, be super soldiers basically. The purpose is right in the name. But yeah, that and then yeah, there's the critic episode where he's all like, "I'll use technology to like recolor everything and give different endings to different movies." And you know what? I'm thinking about it. I don't like. As an artist, like, what do you do? Do you like say, or an actor, do you say, well, I want to take care of my family? Yeah, they can use my likenesses, and they can be in charge of my likenesses in on a case by case basis whenever it comes up, forever, whatever situation it is. Or do you take a hard line and say, like now, do you take a hard line and say, nope, once I'm dead, I'm dead. You can use me in fair use because that's just fair use. But if it needs me to be like endorse anything, no. Sometimes dead is better. And they say weird, creepy Maine stuff like going way out there, huh? It's like, yeah, why? Why? I actually think that the Stallone version of Judge Dredd actually fits the tone a lot better of the comic books. I mean, as far as like the totality of the history of the comics, because that you're not supposed to look at Judge Dredd and be like, "Oh, okay, what a cool guy." You're supposed to be like, "Oh, geez, this is messed up." Very similar to most of the stories in 2000 AD. That dry British. Very similar to heavy. I think heavy metal comes off a little bit more like that as well. Better, where it's just more like, oh wow, this whole place is just F. And then of course you don't need to like keep reviving everything. Uh, um, Love, Death, and Robots is literally. They said we couldn't get the rights to heavy metal, so we just made up our own new series, and that's the way it should be. Screw it, we'll make our own heavy metal with blackjack and hookers. Oh, there we go. Let's see. I remember the estate of Arthur trying to sue Sherlock from entering the domain. Ever seen Naked Lunch? Yeah, I have. I still don't quite get it because I saw it at relatively younger age. Like I saw it in high school, back when it was cool to be like into like getting weirder and weirder stuff. I mean, I get the gist of it, but I still don't quite. Like I was kind of like really watching it passively. It was just one of those things that kind of like bounced off me. But yeah, you could definitely see how it was like a formative film in terms of other things. I think there's a bunch of video essays I can like look it up. or rewatch it first and then sort of like figure out. Isn't that how Lucas ended doing Star? Yeah, he wanted to do it. Buck Rogers. He wanted to do same thing with like Spielberg and Indiana Jones. I don't know who he was trying to get the rights from, but he ended up just doing his own things that he grew up with. You know, the serial adventures and stuff like that. 007, yeah. Like, are you asking if I've seen the movies? Or no, 007. No, that was just based off the book series. I forget when they had the big. When did they have that big revival? Where like they were starting to re-release all of like 007's movies on VHS and DVD. I guess it was with the Pierce Brosnan. But anyway, my dad was like, "Oh well, we got to get the classics, Goldfinger." Um, that's that's really the only one I can remember. What's the one with Odd? There was Odd Job, and there was. I remember James Bond Jr. more than I remember the actual, which is actually like James Bond Jr., even though he was his nephew. But that was a way to bring back all the classics. Even some of the minions that died, like Odd Job and the voodoo guy. I don't know. Oh, he tried to get the rights to 007? Oh. Wait, is that how he ended up making Indiana Jones? Then I need to vacuum. But I'm not going to do that yet. I may do that on Sunday. Where's the dustpan? Here we go. Oh no, it's caught. Then Lucas said, I got the idea. Let's just James Bond, only better. Really? Well, I would never think of Indiana Jones and 07 as a one-to-one analog. Because 07, well, I don't know. I don't know about the books. Are the books like anachronistic? Where they were like, I thought they were like written in the 60s. And took place in the 60s. That's why James Bond is like so super 60s. Literally Austin Powers-esque. Oh, have you guys seen I forget, Strip Law? I've only seen like the first 2 episodes, but it's like really good. A lot of like really absurdist humor, and thinking about Austin Powers, or thinking about 007 reminded me of Austin Powers, and that reminded me of Strip Law. And that's when you saw a different person vomit into the baby stroller. Is that correct? And please do not say, yeah, baby, yeah. Let the record show that that also makes me horny. Baby. Mm-hmm. I love Jackie Chan Adventures. Jackie Chan Adventures is like actually the best case scenario for using a celebrity and then sticking them into like some sort of cartoon. You didn't need to have Jackie Chan. He's actually kind of superfluous to the actual plot of the show, except for the fact that they use his likeness, and he shows up at the end of every episode. You could have called it like a Big Trouble in Little China cartoon. Except for the fact that, you can't have... well, you could. He was a goofus. Oh, crap. Star Wars Dad. Snake Plissken. Shit. Anyway, yeah, that's like... I mean, I love it. I love the actual like idea of the plot with all the Chinese zodiac. What is this? Oh, it's a sesame seed. Ugh. Sorry, that's part of my breakfast. Kurt Russell, yes. Thank you. Sorry. It simply escaped me for a little bit. Let's see, how are we doing? I'm in the middle of inking. How far are we in? Oh, about an hour. That's great. Cool, I'm almost done. Scrubbing, cleaning the floors. Just one more little scrub. Or let's just see what this picks up. I should at least do the kitchen. But anyway, yeah, the Talismans, that series did a really good job at like remixing previous ideas that didn't make them seem stale. And no season quite outshines the other, except for maybe... No, actually, no. I think it was pretty solid. Maybe the last one. The one with the Shenwu's son and future Jade popping in every once in a while. I don't know. That one just was like, okay, the premise is running a little thin. It still was good up until the end, but it was like the idea of using the talismans, destroying the talismans, having to find the animals again that were associated with the talismans. An evil wizard wants Oh wait, no. What happened? They didn't destroy the talismans in the second season. The second season was all about the other demon lords. That's right. It went talismans for Shendu, demon lord, destroy the talismans at the beginning because an evil wizard wanted them. Kung Fu Panda's dad wanted the evil talismans. So, destroy the talismans, have to find the animals associated with the talismans, and then Poe's dad wrangled in all the other, the Black Hand, or whatever they call themselves, and gave them orange mutant powers. Has anyone checked out Matt? You know what? I saw him. He was posting again. Hopefully, either that or he's just starting a YouTube channel. Good for him. You know, I'm trying to explain to Mom just how the industry works. Because she's like, well, if you get like a good idea in a show and you get that going, and in the meanwhile, I'm like watching the creator of He-Man having to do a fund me. It's like, no. Sometimes you'll create stuff and they'll just, let you watch a rough cut of the movie before you die in the hospital. Hate to get that depressing, but that just reminded me of it. That's good. That's good. I was going to say, who else is doing that? You had Rob Paulson doing that. I think also Jim Cummings has his own like little sit-down interview show now. Rob Paulson says he did that because there was a dry point in his career. There was a point where, which I agree, he got so saturated in all these roles that he was like, well, once you reach that point, it's like, well, I don't, let's get. It was like, well, then I'm going to go and do that. And I think he's a voice director now. He had that scare with throat box cancer, and he managed to like pull through that. Bless him. Oh, Neil. No, not Neil Patrick Harris. Neil. Jurassic Park man. Jurassic Park. Neil. Neil. Also, Mouth of Madness man. Yeah, that's actually a better movie, I think. I watched that movie way more than I watched Jurassic Park. But then again, I watched Jurassic. That was like the thing that was always on. Danny boy. Vigo as a poor, a befuddled townie whose young child is being taken over by a cult. It's a small role, but a pivotal one. Hello, Helen. On Discord. Okay, I got to check out Discord after this then. Okay, Discord, DeviantArt. Okay, gotcha. Anyway, that guy, he says, I guess he came out and said he had like was going through treatment for like 4 years, and said he's like cancer free now. So he's like, yeah, I'm going to do another movie. I was like, yeah, that's awesome. Oh, I'll know what I'll do. I don't need this. I'll use the I don't need to like actually mop everything. I'll use one of those little Swiffer things. If I can find where here we go. This is a oh, the label's gone. Okay. I was gonna say this is a great value brand Swiffer mop thing. There we go. That'll just keep the floor clean a little bit. Yeah, once you're like the first person to do something, then it's like, well, yeah. I was gonna say, Hilberg, the SpongeBob's creator. He got a pretty sweet deal. But then, sort of after that, it was like, well, you're not SpongeBob, so. Like, I think I don't know. Once a network gets established, it's like, well, screw this. We got to run it like a business now and crush everybody. I don't know what that was, but there's some game like Crimson Desert or whatever that was like gave all their employees bonuses for like having 500 downloads or 5 million downloads. It was like, okay, we'll give you all bonuses, and everyone was like, yeah, that's really great. It's a stark contrast to the thing that happened yesterday, where a CEO of some puzzle game I've never heard of was like, we need to stop romanticizing. What did she just like? Romanticizing. I'm trying to think of, just regular employment in the game industry, and I was like, Jesus Christ, you bitch. And it's a weird little puzzle and momentum or whatever. I was like, you talk a lot of shit for someone who does a phone app puzzle thing. Smiling Friends ending so soon. I mean, 3 seasons. If they were sick of it, or not sick of it, but if they were tired, then let them. Michael has like 3 other things under his belt. He did also a season of a show that I really, really enjoyed, Koala Man. Well, it was a web series and then it became a show. But I think Justin Roiland was involved with it, so they were like, they kind of gave it the 86. I'm gonna wipe this stuff off. He did that. Also, he did YOLO. 3 seasons of that, and that concluded. Not as famous and well known as Smiling Friends, but then again, I wasn't too over the moon with Smiling Friends. I really did like the first episode. I thought that was a really good, solid premise. I think they may have like lost the plot a little bit as the series progressed. Like Squimley was also a really good return to form, and I was really like, okay, this thing has legs with the second season premiere with I forget what his name is. You got Squimley, you got the cream corn guy. Hey, you got any cream corn? They got another Australian animator to an Australian YouTube animator. I forget what it is, but there's this one short online, or there's a series of short featuring this very, very, very polygonal, sharp-nosed gentleman who likes his video games. Trying to think. Anyway, look up like Christmas morning or something like that. The premise is he wakes up on Christmas Day and he goes and checks on his lower neighbor Roy, and he's like, "Oi, Roy, what day is it?" A take on boy, but it's Roy. Well, today it's Christmas Day. I haven't missed it. And then he turns on his PlayStation 2, and he plays Simpsons Hit and Run. And it's Apu in his Christmas outfit. Merry Christmas, Apu. What are you doing? I don't think anyone's out there. Also, he has got a web series called Alligator and Cube. I don't know if that's concluded, but it seemed really like funny. It's about like an alligator man, and he loves alligator people for some reason. An alligator and Cube, who is a little blue cube man. Yeah, Smiley Friends. Again, the humor is like, okay, is it there? Is it not? I somewhat appreciate it, and then sometimes it's just like, well, and then sometimes it really hits. A lot of the humor comes from like the actual genuine delivery, like anything Alan used to say was just like tinged with like, oh, okay, this is pretty funny. What? She startled me. Whether or not they were going to be in the first year of the DW comeback. What? DW? Oh, did you see? I was going to say, I was thinking of other shows, and I was thinking of Scavenger Reigns, which was a really good show. And then you have Side Effects, something Side Effects. That won a Peabody, the first animated series to do so. I think one other one did it, but like big prestige win for Adult Swim. The Pickle Rick. I thought you were drawing the Nerhood guy. Oh, no. Neverhood. Who's Neverhood? Is that one claymation that the Earthworm Jim guy made? Common side effects, yes. Common side effects is very interesting. I hope they keep that momentum up with the new season if they get one. I hope it doesn't dissolve into like cosmic horror zombie. It could. It could. That's the best part about it is I don't know if it's still gonna like remain a more of a human centric story. You know, like interpersonal, discussing how the social structure, um, how deconstructing the structures around society and the medical industry and stuff like that, or if it will go on full cosmic horror. It literally could split into either one, and it could be like, well, that really didn't come out of left field. Ah, Doctor Who, yes, of course. What was I going to say? I was thinking about something. Oh yeah, I was thinking about like if you were like a stoner in like 2010 or 2005 and watching 12-ounce Mouse. Would you ever think like, oh, this is the network that's going to win a Peabody? Oh, I know what won a Peabody. It was Boondocks. It was the Martin Luther King episode. That's the one. Again, so not a fluke. That's even better. That shows you there's actually a track record. Oh, you clowns is actually very good. Even though watching that is like, at first it was like not stressful at all. I haven't watched the final couple episodes, but I've kind of been like, I don't know, like I haven't heard people talk about it for a while, but at the time when I was like really into it, like following all the new episodes, up until like it was right after the airplane one. Um, there's something like almost you're waiting for another shoe to drop. Let's put it that way, and there's like this weird tension just coming. Like, is there something really, really, really bad going to happen? Um, Especially with the original series, the way it went, with her powers are getting stronger. Um, you don't know if that's going to be reflected in the actual series proper, which I think didn't it get picked up for 2 more seasons? I think I'm not sure, but I thought that was what was going to happen. Um, yeah, her powers are getting stronger. Uh, and the weird fish flopping around on the deck in that one episode, and it's just like, yeah, watch the web series and just like kind of look at it and think, oh well, is this going to be reflective in the proper one? It's wholesome. It's like really wholesome. Like the joke is that it's over the top wholesomeness, and the tension comes from the fact that whether or not you're worried about something like horrible like happening. Hey everybody, I'm back. My mom just got back from her trip to Jamaica and we just ate lunch. Oh, wonderful. Good for her. Oh yeah, Home Movies was great. There's like so many tributes to home movies, like that one in Clarence. I saw a video store the other day, like an honest to God video store, still open. I actually got to go check it. It's like a little weird corner shop. Yeah, yeah. Rest in peace, that guy. I was just talking about it earlier when I was saying like, you could create something that makes millions of dollars, and then like the industry may or may not repay you back for it. Oh, wonderful. Favorite SNES game? You know what? Thinking back, it might be a Super Mario RPG. Uh, it's certainly the one I played the most. I was gonna say Super Mario World has a warm place in my heart, but I haven't like revisited that in a while. Um, I mean, the Donkey Kong games are always good. What else do they have on the SNES? Yeah, I'm trying to think of like any like weird off the road kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, like maybe Mario RPG. That was a really good one. Oh, cool. Yeah, let's see. What did I have in my collection? I mean, I had the oddball stuff like Pool, and I had there was a Legend of Zelda was a good one, but I only like played. I think my cousin had that one, and I played it like over one summer, and it was good. And then of course 64 is like what the thing that people mostly remember. Oh, you know what? I never played Super Metroid. That's one of the things I never got a hold on. Like it was always rented out at Blockbuster, and my cousin never had it. None of my friends had it, and I played it like once at the. I got my hands on it once at the at Toys R Us, but I could never like figure out the the Metroid style of it, the whole thing. I got into Metroidvanias relatively late in life. In fact, maybe just a few years ago. With no, I must have played other Metroidvanias, but like I really started to enjoy them. They didn't seem like such a slog. Maybe starting with let's see, I played Blasphemous, I played Hollow Knight, Silk Song. I'm debating, like I'm right at the last bit of Silk Song. I'm debating whether or not to actually load that up again and try to find the last Trubio fight. I need to find the last Trubio fight before I face off against Lace, which I like spent a whole like maybe hour and a half like hitting my head against. The problem is I take such a long break now between Silk Song that by the time I get back to it, like all the muscle memory is like rusted off. I think we're going to play some Overwatch tonight just to finish up those new heroes and get them out of the way. And then more Magic tomorrow, and then probably Epic Mickey. No, wait. Tomorrow's Thursday. Okay. Yeah. I'll post something. We got to play Marvel Rivals on Saturday because I haven't played that in like 2 weeks. I have heard the same thing too, which is fine for moviegoers. Again, I'm like, there's also supposed to be this part, like, the most egregious sin that I keep hearing about is the fact that they've revealed that Peach and what's her face is Rosalina is. I shouldn't say what's her face. I have some like real hardcore Rosalina fans amongst my crew. That they're sisters, and it's like, okay. And the movie never goes into any like implications of that or like how that happened really. It's kind of like a thing I can I have to actually watch it, but if from what I hear, the complaint that like people were like, well, that's going way too overboard to say that this thing was written by chat GPT or AI. He's like, that's really going overboard. But on the other hand, like if you have something that's like, oh, they're sisters and they can like hug sisterly, but never go into any backstory or make them the emotional crux of the movie. And then also you got Yoshi, and also you got Wart, and you also got Bowser like Jr. Is the theme family? Like found family? Does Yoshi also find a bunch of other Yoshis? It sounds to me like they could have made a theme of family work. But it seems like it's also, this is apparently Luigi's like time to shine because he didn't do a dick all in the first movie. The first movie was about Mario and his brother, Donkey Kong, which is somewhat appropriate for the history of Mario because Mario has, if you just look at the timeline, Mario does have a longer history with Donkey Kong than he does his own brother. Yeah, that's just the Luigi was literally made to be player 2. He is the first to reskin in history. Oh, Cloud! I forgot all about Cloud. Jeez. Yeah, the implications of a greater Super Mario, Super Smash universe. Yeah, but that's part of the course for like Illumination. Like think about Despicable Me, and then think about Despicable Me 2. What was the thing about Despicable Me 2? Well, it was more Despicable Me, and someone got married, and the minions turned purple. Actually, you know what? The theme of Despicable Me 2 is actually like you have one former or one like Gru is on the fence about what should he do. Should he pursue this life of family and a stable future for him and his family, and perhaps even love life? Or do you go the path that El Macho? Like El Macho has somewhat gone down that similar path. He's sort of like, well, are my best years behind me? Do we keep pursuing what we say we were put on this earth for? Or do we what do we choose for ourselves, and how do we move forward? El Macho was trying to like grapple onto those old glory days of and I think Despicable Me 2 was just better animated, especially with the El Macho stuff, like the whole snake thing and the he died the most macho way possible, riding a shark into an active volcano with a chain of Despicable Me 4 is just out there. The Minions movie, I thought like the first like maybe 2/3 were like really fun, but then it just like really lost the plot. Because you could think of it as a road movie. A road movie with the three little minions as they try to like, I don't know, find Trump somewhere. They overshot it. They should have stayed in New York, but they just overshot it a little bit and went to England. Trump is probably too much of a sex pest to get invited to Villain Con. Like, no, don't invite that guy. He's a creep. I don't know about Rise. You know what? I haven't seen that one. Um, Again, good on. It's like their Illumination's strength is like coming up with these really good character designs and in weird, funky ideas. And it was also nice to see. I I have watched that movie through the lens of going to Walmart and then having that movie play on Walmart for like 3 movies straight whenever it's on display. So I've like maybe seen that whole movie. Maybe I've maybe seen that whole movie in like 30-second chunks here and there. I don't know. That movie's fine. I really don't think about it. I'm trying to think about what to actually say. Do you think this movie? Uh, there's this. I'll tell you what I think about the Smurfs thing, and it has something mainly to do with Smurfette. Smurfette has this weird. They were doing this weird thing where they did 2 movies back to back with like Smurfette dealing with her origins. And I was thinking about why is that? And it's like, well, in sort of today's modern age, that is frankly one of the most interesting things to do. Like one, have a character like one, it's like the Disney princess thing, or just a strong female lead. 2, sort of dealing with her backstory, like the whole nature versus nurture. When it comes to Smurfs, like the gimmick is that when they started off as a comic strip, and before they invented like zombies in modern context, look it up. Look up purple Smurfs. Which I was gonna say, were the purple minions a tribute to like the purple Smurfs? But anyway, I was gonna say, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the Smurfs are basically like kind of like the Care Bears, or kind of like where the humor comes from. This one Smurf being this one type. Brainy Smurf is very brainy, so he's like all brainy, and then you've got. It's a very sort of utilitarian storytelling, where okay, here's this one Smurf with a specialty, and the comedy comes from that. With Smurfette, you've got quite a like complicated backstory. Actually, she's the only female of her species. Sorta, she's an artificial construct, so she has a history with the villain. Um, there's just a lot to like work with there in terms of actually like interesting storytelling that was being pushed at the time. Like you can look at Illumination now and be like, well, maybe you can just tell a Smurf movie, or maybe you can't because apparently that new one was like hot garbage too. Am I looking for? Oh yeah, I'm gonna try and publish or get a video ready to publish. Oh, we'll work on it a little bit. Since I clean the floors. Dissolve. No. Media pool. Open up a new set, a new bin, por favor, and load in some files. Huh. Hold on, I think I moved too far away. I think I'm disconnected from chat. Let's see. Is it in SideLoader or is it in... No. It's in... Maybe it is in Side... Yeah, okay. It's on SideLoader. I've named all my hard drives. I've got like 3 of them. Because I have old computers, and then when I upgraded to SSDs, I just kept the old ones for storage. I'm looking. There we go. Looking, and I'm cooking. Yeah, even the chat didn't load. Okay. Here, I'll just go back to what I was doing. Come on. There we go. Where? Oh, shoot. Let's see. Elimination is going to roll in. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Minions and Cthulhu. Little baby cute Cthulhu. That's fine. Purple minions because of color 3. Yeah, that could be true. Of the idea the newest minions actually come out literally excellent. Wait, Cthulhu is voiced by Trey Parker? Again? He's in why is he in so many Minions movies? Yeah, have you seen the they've got the storyboards. They've got all the storyboards set out, or not set out, but you can download them and like look at the movie. What are the odds that Grey Delisle and Kenny wouldn't be Popeye and Olive in the final product, even though they were like perfect for it? Well, nearly perfect for it. What is that? Someone's doing something next door. A little construction or something. What do I have written down there? Need a bit of tension. Okay, that like really wouldn't surprise me. Wait, does Trey Parker have kids? Oh, okay. I'm looking at the character design. I don't know. Harriet's kind of cute in the new series. Well, I see the Supergirl. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I saw the that one when it came to VOD or VOD or whatever. Oh shit, Whataburger is now advertising. Although I think Whataburger got bought out by a. I'm not sure though, which that would be very disappointing if they went the way of the equity firm shit. Wait, was this supposed to be Harriet? Or did I just use the color because Harriet's the only black character I could find? He has a daughter. Okay, well, good for him. Okay, yeah, I was actually really hyped about the Forgotten Island, which everyone was like popping off on that one. Apparently, Pixar had both something that would have been tandem to like the Forgotten Island, and also a K-pop in the works, but they like pulled the plug on those. And now we get, oh no, Toy Story, computer bad. Cling to your rotten childhood. Which also seems to be the idea of the Forgotten Island is to cherish that, but perhaps not live within it. That's a good cheek impact. I like it. The arm's a little. Okay, no, it's okay. Yeah, because it's kind of like the impact has already happened and she's pulling back. I was gonna say it was. What is the plot of Toy Story 5? Like, I know the little girl gets a tablet. And it's like, oh no, which that's true. That's true. You shouldn't like. But on again, how is that any different from like a book? Oh, really? Cool. In what? The Forgotten Island? Okay, good. Well, like again, like you're playing with your toys. What are you like? The idea between the two is like in tandem. Like what's like one, the toy doesn't give you any new information. It's helping you exercise your own imagination. But very much like a large language model, there's nothing that the child can like. They can kind of make their own ideas, but they would have to get those ideas from like someone else, or they do, eventually. Like like they see a piece of candy and they're like, oh, what if there's a whole world made out of candy? It's like, oh yeah, that's a new idea, and it's an idea. Or there's just like certain things like I was gonna say having your toy run along the car. Like there's that phenomenon about like watching your like imaginary parkour. Apparently that's just like a cultural phenomenon that just comes with the structure of like going on long car rides. Um but on the other hand, how is like the one thing is like you're worried about the tablet teaching your kids the wrong thing or them just like vegging out, which is definitely a problem. But like you could also be worried about that if like they were reading. Actually, no, people have made the same argument about like I think there's like some sort of scroll or some sort of piece of pottery that complains about like kids reading too much. Uh there's, the picture of everyone upset about people reading their newspaper. Um it's hard to dictate what stimulus is good or bad for a whole generation, because what's good for one person is not necessarily good for another. Which, I mean, that sounds like I'm brushing it off, but it's like really like I'm trying to think. Well, is someone more creative and stimulated when they're playing with a toy, or are they more stimulated and are they learning more about themselves when they're like reading a book? I mean, I was pretty much like sat in front of the TV, and that definitely informed me and what I want to do. But I sort of like took it and was like, well, I'm gonna try and like do design work and also engage with the medium by talking about it and stuff like that. Was the dinosaur was Mabel doing online chat with people? I was gonna say, did they pull a Wreck It Ralph and figure out something like some sort of that may have been in Toy Story 3. Yeah, 3 or 4. Wait, 3, 4. 4 is the Key and Peele. Uh, uh, the stunt driver, baby doll. They made their own toy, sort of thing. Which that raises like certain philosophical questions. I don't. Who was it? The Tales Foundry. I think they just released a video about like how every object in your house is watching you. 4 has the spoon guy. 3 was the teddy bear, and eventually they were given away to the cousin. Yeah, yeah. But I'm just sitting here thinking, like, well, what's the difference between me, like, getting, like, really, really, like, by the time I was in high school, I was like, man, I want to learn more about certain topics. And then I found the internet. And it was good for finding, like, information that other people had and could, like, or just outdated that wasn't around anymore, like news articles that was, like, being, you could find, like, someone posted whole articles and stuff like that. I was like, oh, cool. How's that any different from, like, reading a book? It's always very frustrating. There was a golden point between, like, somewhere in college where internet resources were seen as, yes, being just as legitimate as a book resource. Like, there was still, like, I think a requirement that you had to give a couple, like, some percentage of your resources from actual books. But, like, the internet, especially if you were interested in a very specialized source that hadn't gotten any publishing yet, then you could look to the internet. Like, in high school, it was like, no, nothing on the internet. It's real. If you find something on the internet, you have to find the book that it came from, or news article, or it can't just be like, you can't take the website's word for it. Which we did anyway, and we just, like, redid the source because shit, they're underpaid teachers aren't going to go and, like, track down the news article that you've said it is. At that point in high school, they're mainly looking for, can you state your argument, can you put resources back, and can you, like, contain it all into a proper structure. They're mainly looking for structure rather than the absolutely checking your there. How can I put it? When it comes to, like, English writing or essays and stuff like that, or scientific papers, well, mostly, like, science, you got to come up with the right word. But if you're, like, doing an essay in English, it's mainly about, like, did you put it all in the right, like, order and cite your sources and everything. Unrelated note, Michael Cusack has a brand new sitcom series coming out on net called Dad's House. Okay, cool. That's interesting. Cool. I've never heard of that. That's cool. What was I gonna say? And then now I think at this point, like, with ChatGPT, anything could just be made up bullshit. They're like, maybe there was, like, a 15-year point where it was like just a golden age of, like, oh yeah, cool. Like, internet has a newfound appreciation. What, ChatGPT? Or just like looking up a bunch of like internet stuff? Okay, the battery is tanked, so that's fine, but how much did we charge it? Okay, that's good. I got half a charge on my phone, and that doesn't include the like 2 hours I was running it. Very nice. Yeah, is this flat colored? It might be flat colored. Okay, that's good. Okay, good. I was gonna say, like, I don't. Yeah, this was long before anything. If you were going to plagiarize something, I mean, you could still figure it out if someone uses ChatGPT because they'll just straight up plagiarize someone else. Um, but yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that was part of the process. You had to figure out how to cite stuff. I mean, that was mainly a thing in high school. Is that they wanted to like hammer that into your head. Is like, okay, well, this is how you like. This is the structure. Your introduction, your opening paragraph, your citations, your argument, and closing argument. And then your appendix has all the stuff in the back. That sounds interesting, Andre. But then again, who's the like Martian Manhunter is like the only guy I think of who's just like the Martian Manhunter. I don't know if he has any like side characters. Like even Wonder Woman, I could think of Candy and I don't know, the pilot that always lands on her island, the one that gets her off of Themyscira, and then of course all the Roman gods or Greek gods, pardon me. Well, Roman too. Um, like I'm trying to think of like any side character. Like Superman and Batman have like an established like canon of side characters. And it's like Blue Beetle and Booster Gold have each other. So I don't think it was an I thought it was supposed to be a mini series. I thought it was just a small series. Like a mini movie or something. Oh, I'm 4 minutes behind. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I was gonna say you don't get a lot of you don't get a lot of opportunity to have a lot of side characters. I think even like Silver Surfer like had more side characters when he went on his own and was like, okay, I'm no longer a herald of Galactus. I'm just gonna do my own thing. And apparently, absolute Martian Manhunter is just smoke or something, or an alien bug, a virus, or an entity or something. I don't know about the absolute universe. Okay, there's actually Miss Martian. Okay, Doctor, his dead family, his evil twin. Oh yeah, the White Martians. They were a big part in. Pardon me. They were a big thing in the Teen Titans or Young Justice show, not Teen Titans. Did you find you get more picky with highlights coloring for the shaded ones? Do I find you get more picky with the highlight coloring for the shaded ones? Oh yeah, definitely. Uh, you're talking about like the colored line, right? Like her cheek, or like the color that like masks the spittle or the suit. Yeah, again, you're right, Underwolf. It's like, well, no. I mean, I just try to go a little bit lighter. There's a way to do it. There's, if you're going with colored lines, then you go the color lines have to be a little bit darker than your shaded lines because you still want them register with like a pop. Megan might be a creation of the animated series, and who knows? Yeah, that would be a good one. I also do it on Blue Skies. Our Blue Boy at Blue Sky. Does anyone have the Discord handy? Here, that's a good one too, especially since you can actually like plop in some stuff. Here, let me see. What was my main console for the 6th generation? We had a GameCube for a very long time. I would say most of the 6th generation I played the GameCube since we had that for most of its lifetime. But I got very, very into the PlayStation 2 during the last part of it because I enjoyed games like. I mean, DA is fine. I could definitely get your message there if you wanted. But here, let me see if I can plop. Wait, no, I can't. Not on this computer. Shit. Okay, yeah, DA. DA is fine. DA will probably be the best I can get at this point. But yeah, let's see. Kingdom Hearts, the Jack series, the Ratchet and Clank series. What was the other one? There's a third one. There's a third to the Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter, and I think there's like a. I'm trying to think of like the third series of like that blank and blank. That was for the PlayStation 2. Yeah, I never played much Sly Cooper, but yeah, that's definitely maybe that's the last missing ingredient I'm thinking of. Because I have played the Final Fantasy games. Final Fantasy IX, that was the last Final Fantasy to be included on the PlayStation. And we bought a PlayStation, and I remember I went up to Toys R Us. That may have been the last video game I bought at Toys R Us. or that particular Toys R Us, that particular one before it closed down, because stores do close, you know. Um, and I bought Final Fantasy 9 for like $20 because this was still at the time the PlayStation 2 had just gotten. This is like maybe about a year or two in the PlayStation 2. Uh, yeah, and that was a good one. I mean, yeah, you're all saying Sly Cooper. I never played much Sly Cooper. I was told that I should probably check it out. That could be the slot taken up by Epic Mickey right now. You know, I don't care. I think I like Sonic 3D. Oh boy, Sonic 3D is now playable. Wait a minute, I forgot. I hate this game. Brienne, we're late for our gay wedding. Final Fantasy IX is still like my favorite. It was like I played Kingdom Hearts, and then I played 10. The ha 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 ha, and I was like, oh, okay, this is Final Fantasy, huh? I forget how far I got into it. Pretty far. We rented it, so like we got. I'm trying to think. I think I had the first confrontation with Sin, but I was like, oh, okay, so this is Final Fantasy, huh? And then I played Final Fantasy 9 and like fell in love with that world. I was like, okay, this is like more my speed. I don't know about all that, but I like the little wizard guy and the wizard factory and the thief guy. I should go back and try and play. What was the earliest one I played? I think maybe 3, or what at the time it was 4. At the time it was like it was released as 6. No, I don't want to. I don't want a pixel. Right on. Well, I'd be very. Yeah, I'm open for a commission. Like I got bills to pay. Um, what Final Fantasy X is very Final Fantasy X. Uh, no, but there's just something like very simplistic about Final Fantasy IX. It like goes all the way back. It like harkens back to the origins with the black mage and like the red mage and your little hero guy. The monkey. It's very Journey to the West coded with the little monkey king guy. Um, I'm trying to also think. What was the one after that? I think I played like Final Fantasy X 2 with the girls a little bit with the shoe puff. Um, yeah, I should go back and try like 7. Not even like the redo one. I should just try and like play stuff. I remember like looking up and like being genuinely floored by like 7 and 8, being like, "Oh, holy crap!" Like, well, that's video games now. Yeah, okay, I think that's it. Let's pop back to the last one. Yeah. Star Wars Episode 1 is better Final Fantasy movie than the actual Final Fantasy. Indeed. That Final Fantasy movie, Spirits Beyond, is so. I was going to say, that one's weird, but there's also a Final Fantasy animated series that I picked up from like Hollywood Video. I was like, okay, what's this about? And other than having like a crystal in it, also very weird. I think it also featured the main guy has a sword that grows. Uh, yeah, but the whole like ghosts and spirits and everything, like that was just weird. And they made her out to be like the first digital artist, the first digital actress, because animation hadn't existed up until that point. Hee hee ha ha ha. Hee hee ha ha. Funny joke, Crowley. Anyway, yeah, that's about it for this one. Yeah, even though it's kind of flat colored, a lot of movement. I'm very happy with the sort of impact. Uh, Maybe the arm could have been a little lower, but then again, it's like she's just after pulling back a little bit, and yeah, she's thinking about booby. I don't know. I forget who the commissioner was. I don't know who this is supposed to be. A very I'm I'm almost certain it's not supposed to be Harriet Tubman or Harriet, because it just doesn't follow her body type. Who would that be? What famous like person in like what famous historical figure? I was gonna say, how about that first black businesswoman in America? Sure, let's settle on that. The one that bought her own freedom and became like an affluent businesswoman. The fact that I don't even know her name is tragic. But yeah, I'm going to let's see. Let me know when you try and open those booster packs live. Yes, we will try and do that. I will try and set up some sort of thing. I may have to track down a deck to see if we can look and I don't know exactly. I was looking at the pamphlet, so that's different from the board game. So I'm gonna have to go and I'm gonna go in, on my own and find a starter set, which shouldn't be too hard. But also, I haven't heard about any. I was looking at Target the other day. They had lots of what's that one? Lots of Magic, no Pokemon, which might still mean people are like going weird with the Pokemon stuff. Uh, but what's that one? The Disney one that Ravensburg puts out. I've got a starter set and some booster packs of that one. I should take a look at that at some point. Lorcana? Yeah, Lorcana or something. Anyway, yeah, we will definitely see what we get up to again tonight. Melanie will probably play some Overwatch, and I'm probably gonna try and get some stuff set up for tomorrow. Anyway, for just a prickly art stream. Anyway, I thank you all for joining me, and I will see you when our paths cross. Until then, anyway, take care and have a good one. Bye.